everybody. My name's Natalie Myers, and I'm doing my informative speech on the history of basketball. Did you guys know the game of basketball is 125 years old? As a college basketball player, I am intrigued by the origins of the game. Through my years of playing, I have gained knowledge about basketball, but more like the game currently. So to understand the history of basketball and all that it covers, we are going to look at three important topics, and that is the history of basketball, the importance of shooting, and how to shoot through the acronym BEEF. So first, let's begin by taking a look at the history of the game. So Dr. James Naismith created the game of basketball. According to a 2014 article on Kansas history by George Lockhead, he worked at the YMCA International Training School in Massachusetts. And he had one task, and that was to keep his track and field athletes in shape during the winter time. So he had to come up with a sport that kept them in shape inside a gym. So he came up with the game of basketball. And this idea of basketball came from a game that he played when he was younger, and that was called Duck on a Rock. And basically, Duck on a Rock was when there was a large stone, and then there was a stone on top of it, and there's offense and defense, and you had to protect the stone from getting knocked off. And if you knocked it off, then you got a point, and then you switched to offense and defense. So Dr. James Naismith he wanted to create a game for the track and field players, but also a game for everyone, which included being physically fit and developing skills. So the first game was played December 21st, 1981. It was played by his students at the YMCA. He had 9 players in each team, and it was a 30-minute game, so 15-minute halves, and the score was only 1-0. In a 2015 online article from Longstrive by Bill Dong, it says that a soccer ball and 2 peach baskets were used, and the peach baskets didn't have holes on the bottom, so every time they scored, which in this game they didn't score often, but when they did, you had to take a break and go up on a ladder and get the ball out of the basket. So it was a long process. Now we're going to look at some rules of the game. In a 2014 article on Kansas history by George Lockhead, some of the first rules were you can't run with the ball, so no running with the ball. That would be a travel, which is it's the same in the game today. No holding, pushing, tackling, same thing today, that's a foul. And also there was if you got called for a foul, you were fine. But the second foul, you would be you had to be taken out of the game. In today's game, you have 5 fouls, so that wouldn't have happened. And also there was an umpire that relayed the fouls to the referee, and that changed too because today you have a referee, and that's it. So now that we looked at the history of the game, we are going to look at the importance of shooting. And according to a 2016 article on Breakthrough Basketball by Jeff Hefner, shooting spreads the court, which means it creates more opportunities offensively. So the defense has to help out more on the shooters, but also can help on people who can drive to the hoop. So in a 2014 online article on Basketball World by Dr. Dahl Whistle, this creates so many open shots that it's almost unguardable. And also being a good shooter creates opportunities after high school, so you might get college coaches calling you and be offered some kind of scholarship, whether it's Division I, Division II, because shooting is a very critical thing in the game. So now we are going to take a look at how to shoot using BEEF. According to a 2014 online article from Livestrong by S. Lumar, balance is an essential aspect of scoring. So you want to have your feet squared, shoulder width apart, facing the hoop, because you want to be facing the hoop so you can shoot. The next step in BEEF is the E, and that is eyes on target. According to a 2015 article from Ball is Life by David Astromskos. Eyes need to be focused on the rim, which means whenever you're shooting, you have to be looking at the hoop because you can't just look at the wall and shoot because that's just not going to happen. So no matter where you look towards the rim, you have to keep your focus. The second E is elbows aligned. You want your elbows to be in because if your elbows are out, you're not going to have the correct kind of form or shot. You're most likely going to be pushing the ball. And lastly, the F is for follow through, which means when you shoot, you want the ball to come off your fingertips and you want to hold it like this so you don't leave your shot short and you have good rotation. So now that we discuss the important aspects of basketball, the history, how to shoot, the importance of shooting, hopefully you learned more about the game. Maybe basketball is one of the most popular sports in the game, and hopefully now you guys want to try it out sometime. And thank you very much.